Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 3 of Engage Your Senses. So I think hearing and listening are two different things. And then when I was thinking about hearing, I was thinking more about, as I hear things, what happens in my body? What's the response in my body as I hear things? And so this morning, as I walked, listening to the bird song, listening to my feet on the crunch, it was really, like there's ripples passing through me continuously based on what I'm listening to. So you're hearing my voice right now. What's the feeling in your body as you hear my voice? Do I want to know? So this month we've turned out to be lying on our tummies, and somebody emailed me yesterday to say that they're really adapting and learning how to do that because it's not an easy position. And I would say, okay, let's meet things that are slightly uncomfortable and find ways around it. So well done. And come lie on your tummy. Come. So lying down, coming in, elbows are bent, head is resting on the back of your hands. Find your way of settling or landing, feeling like you're straight. And notice, do you feel patterns, or is one leg bigger or longer? Is one leg lighter or heavier? Is one side of your pelvis heavier into the floor or lighter, or ribs, elbows? Is there a sense of one shoulder being more able to do this movement than the other? And what's happening with your spine, with your neck as we lie here? Nice. And then just notice what you're listening to, what you can hear. Well, maybe if I start off, what can you hear right now? See if you can pick out individual sounds: a clock, a bird, the computer, the fridge, sound in another room, whatever it is. Nice. Cool. So just rock your bum from side to side and keep listening. Rocking your bum, just have a sense of the weight of your pelvis rocking. I'm including my legs in what I'm doing with my pelvis. So my heels are rocking in the same direction as my pelvis. Slightly disorganized feeling. It does feel like something that I want to learn, though. How do I coordinate the rocking of my heels and the rocking of my pelvis together? Nice. Come back to center. And then just wiggle your feet then. So I'm rocking my feet towards each other and then apart, towards each other and then apart. So they're kind of like in, out, in, out, in, out. And I'm kind of just like my feet are moving on the floor. And there's something about my calves being wobbled from side to side that feels very satisfying. Just feel that. In, out. Heels in, heels out. Nice. And so if I do same way, so both heels right, both heels left, suddenly my pelvis starts to move when I do that. So both heels left, both heels right. Without thinking about moving my pelvis is moving. Whereas if I'm center and I do mirrored movements, so both heels outwards and both heels inwards, my pelvis doesn't move. Look at that. Great. So bend your knees and then just Walk your knees a little bit. So lift your thigh, lift your other thigh. And so you're just taking your legs for a walk, lying here on the floor. And as you lift your right thigh, what happens to your left shoulder? As you lift your left thigh, what happens to your right shoulder? What happens to the other thigh as you do this? Does it push down into the ground? Does it create a ground or stability for you to lift? Nice. Bend your elbows, push your elbows down, and sit your bum back into a child's pose. Just pause there, really folding deeply through your spine, rounding deeply through your spine. Breathing into the back of your body, filling into the back of your body. Bum dropping back towards your heels. Back of your body is long. And what are you hearing? Nice. Bring your hands forward onto your hands and knees. And rounding your back and arching your back. Rounding your back, arching your back. Rounding, arching. Nice. Bring your right foot to where your right knee was. So your toes are in line. We were doing this yesterday. Sit back and squish your right leg. And then as you rock forward, let your knee come forward towards the floor. Let it touch really lightly. Rounding. Sit your bum back. Rock your knee forward. Rounding. Sit your bum back. Rock your knee forward. And again, rounding. Sit your bum back. Rock your knee forward. Super. Other side. Left foot. So sit your bum back. So if you imagine that this is for your spine, but also for your foot. So as you sit your bum back, you're stretching deeply into that foot. And as you rock forward, you're stretching your toes. Sit your bum back, squish into your foot. Rock forward, bend into your foot. Squish, bend. Nice. Both knees back. Push back into your downward dog. As you push back into your downward dog, your heels are engaging backwards. Your hands are pushing downwards. There's this sense of length through your arms, length through your legs. Nice. Bring both knees to the floor. Super. So, stretch your right leg long behind you. As you extend your right leg, widen into your lower back. So you're trying to keep that sense of a long, straight spine. So you're drawing your navel backwards, you're widening through your shoulders. And then bend your knee and bring your knee to your right elbow. Stretch your right leg long. And then bend your knee. And as we move through the class, how do you hear, not only with your ears, but hear what happens in your body as you listen to things, as you hear things? So you're continuing to lengthen your leg long and then bend your knee. Long, bend your knee. Cool. Other side. Left knee up. Left knee long behind you. Left leg long. Left knee up. Long, up, and long. Nice. Tuck both toes under, stretch back into your downward dog. And again, it's really interesting weaving hearing in. It's so unconscious to be listening, to be hearing, to be perceiving. Where in your body do you feel sensations that are associated with hearing for you? And is it different depending on the sound that you're hearing, the information you're hearing? Nice. Drop your knees down. Sit your bum back into a child's pose. Folding deeply, forehead comes down. So all sound is information. It has so many layers of information. It's like if I hear a sound of a car, depending on how much I know cars, I might know, oh, that's Yosa's car, for example. Oh, it's coming down the road or it's coming up the road. It's traveling fast, it's going slow. It's the same thing, we can pinpoint direction through sound. So much information comes in through sound. So much vibration comes in through sound. Because it is a wave. We are moved by the waves of sound around us. Super. Walk your hands out. Tuck your toes under, stretch your legs back, and then whatever way you do, step your right foot between your two hands. So that could be where you drop your knees to the floor, step your right foot forward, or that could have been where you just swing your leg forward and you step forward. So both hands are either side of that right foot. Lift your left knee off the floor. Just get a lengthening back into that leg, a stretching back into that leg. Find length from the top of your head to the heel of that left foot. Imagine that sense of the tray behind you. How would you imagine that somebody wants to put a tray on your back and you're creating a solid foundation through the back of you? So somebody could place something on your back and you could hold it there. Nice. Drop your left knee to the floor. And then pull your right elbow back, bring your thumb to the front of your right shoulder, pull your elbow deeply up, reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. Does the position of your head change how you can hear things? Like right now, is there one ear that feels more able to hear because it's higher or because it's lower? Nice. Drop your right hand down and bring it either onto your waist or into the nook of your back. So onto the right waist or onto the nook of your back, and then draw your right shoulder down to touch your right knee. And then pull your shoulder back. Drop your shoulder down. And as you change your head direction from towards the right to down, how does that change your perception of the sound in the room you're in? Our ears are directional. We hear more in front of us, beside us. It's vaguer behind us because of the concha, or maybe the concave, or the cone of our ears, or the shell of our ears, that's what it is facing forward and sideways. Nice. Turn one last time, draw your shoulder back. Cool. Both hands to the floor, bring both knees back. Push back, downward dog. And drop both knees down, or step your left foot forward, step your left foot forward. Nice. Lengthen your back leg. Imagine that somebody wants to put a tray on your back, widen your back, really deepen into that sense of length. For me to do that tray, I kind of push into my hands and push into that front foot, and I kind of lift my back a little bit so that it's very present and available. Drop your right knee to the floor. Draw your left elbow back with your thumb towards your shoulder, so you pull your elbow back and it's spiraling. And then extend your left hand up towards the ceiling. Feeling it through the breath. Now that your head is turned this way, how does sound echo, or how do you hear the sounds in the room that you're in? Nice. Drop your left hand down either to your left hip or into the nook of your lower back. Drop your left shoulder down, let it touch. And draw your left shoulder to the side and back. So we're spiraling into the rotation of our chest. Shoulder down, and then spiral. Shoulder down, spiral, Super. Last time. Shoulder down. Spiral. Pause. Noticing sound. Nice. Both hands to the floor. Both knees back. Sit your bum back into a child's pose. If you can, arms are long in front of you. Bum is moving back towards your heels, or whatever version suits your body today. Nice. Walk your hands over towards the right. Bend your right elbow so your hand is resting beside your right knee. Left arm is long. So in some ways, right hand can be anywhere, but as long as it's supporting you because it's scaffolding. And the left arm should feel like it's an extension of your waist. And again, that could be really different for each of us. So find the length or the angle that suits you. Sweep your hands over towards the left. Right arm is long, left hand is scaffolding, somewhere near the left knee. Lean into that right shoulder. And come back to center. Step your right foot forward between your two hands. From here, push down into that front foot. Begin to reach your hands forward and then all the way up. Reaching up, lengthening up. So it's almost like you're going to imagine that you're just about to stand up from here. So if you want, you can tuck your back toe under and that'll give energy to the back foot. And so the imagination is that you're just about to stand up. Okay, so you're like, oh, how would I, and feel that level of engagement into your legs, which is that I'm going to like push. So if you want, you can even hover a little bit if you wish, with your knee hovering just off the floor. It does create an intensity. Or just have that feeling, I'm just about to lift, just about to rise. Nice. Keep your torso up, sweep your hands back, interlock your fingers behind your back, and just open your shoulders as you extend your arms backwards. Nice. Slowly soften your arms, draw forward, bring your shoulder down to your knee, and then reach your arms back again. Nice. Release your hands, both hands forward. Step back, downward dog. Leaning into your legs, pulling back into your heels. Super. Step the left foot forward, drop your knees to the floor, or do whatever it is that you do to bring your left foot forward. Drop your right knee to the floor, keep your toes tucked under as you reach up and rise up. And then imagine that sense of, how would I lift my back knee off the floor? Give it a go maybe. How would you lift? And then find that level of engagement. I'm just about to lift. Reaching up into my fingers. Super. Keep your torso up. Drop your hands down. Interlock your fingers behind your back. Reach your arms back. Leaning into your chest as you draw your shoulders back. Nice. Soften your arms. Round your chest forward. Bring your shoulder down to your knee and extend your arms again. Nice. Release. Both hands to the floor. Both knees back. Stretch your legs long. Just rub your knees for a moment. Nice. So you can sit on a block if you wish, a book, a pillow or something. So anytime we sit at any stage in any yoga class, you can adapt. If sitting with your legs long in front of you is challenging, then find another way. You can do all of them sitting in a chair if you wish. I'm really open and hoping that you will be adapting, because I can't be there with you. I hope that you're minding yourself. So bend your right knee around so that your left foot's the outside of your right foot's to the outside of the left knee. Sitting tall, pull your right elbow back and just twist towards the right. So your right fingers are on the floor behind you. Your left arm is resting on the outside of your right knee. And you're just getting tall. Rise through the spine. For me, I'm just a collection of gestures, I always feel. So the fastest way for me to connect into a full body movement is to imagine something that I do. And I'm like, oh, I'm trying to see as far as I can. And as soon as I do that, I engage the muscles of my abdomen. My lower back begins to widen. I naturally push into the floor. I rebound to lengthen through my spine. All these amazing things start to happen through my body. Nice change. Bend your left knee, bring your foot to the outside of the right. Bring both arms forward, pull your left elbow back. Bow and arrow, bring your left fingers to the floor, sweep your right arm to the outside of your left knee and lengthen. Get taller and release. So come lie down. Come lie on the floor. Knees are bent. Land on the floor. Palms are facing the ceiling. And just feel the contact with the floor. So I'm remembering back to when I was lying on my tummy and I could feel my feet, my knees, my hips, the front of my ribs. And now I'm feeling the back of my body on the floor. So if I just notice the two sensations, it's very nice. So what can you hear? What are you listening to? Hopefully me. What can you hear? Nice. So as you wander through your day, as you do the things that you do, notice what you're listening to or what you're attending to or what you're not listening to. And then feel what happens in your body as you're listening or as you're hearing. Oh, I can hear the cockerel, for example, and something like a joy travels through me. I hear the geese. There's a slight contraction because they chase us so much. There's a slight contraction because usually there's a scream and then a run that has to happen. So I can feel that my nervous system turns on when I hear the geese. Whereas the rooster is just joy. And so yeah, it's like, interesting. Two animals on my farm and a very different physical sensation that happens in my body. So yeah, notice. So I'll see you all tomorrow, day 4. Yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me. And slán slán. Bye.